Well, good morning. I'm John with Rock Creek Fisherman's Mercantile. Today, at the round table, we are going to tie TJ hookers. And the ingredients are as follows. Today, we're going to be using tactless, barbless hooks from Orvis, size 10. We're going to be using silly legs. Barred rubber legs are pretty good for this. We're going to be using variegated chenille. The coffee black is very popular for Rock Creek and similar rivers. And for our tungsten beads, what?
Said good morning, ladies.
Oh. No talking while I'm talking, Mr. Perry. No. And for our beads, we're going to be using 3.8 millimeter. There's these really cool mottled olive beads from MFC, and they look particularly buggy on this pattern. So let's begin.
So fun.
All right, John's well ahead of us. Oh, and thread. Oh, thread, I would probably do 8/0, but you can do 6/0 as well. Probably depends on what you want to do with this fly, but we're going to use just a kind of basic dark color like olive or brown or black. So let's build a thread base.
They're not polished, you
Right.
All right, so you got
But he isn't good.
you got your
He
bead,
doesn't know it though.
you got your thread. Take your Maribou, get it in between your thumb and forefinger until you have about the length of the hook itself, or a little bit shorter, right in that vicinity. So you want something like that. Looks about right. Then tie it down. So we're just building a little tail here. Just a little tail here, buddy. Work your way up. Get it good and tied down. Bada boom, bada bing. Duke, don't be a jerk. All right, let's attach our chenille. Just tie the very end of it onto the back of the hook where you tied down the Maribou, and just let it sit back behind like that for now. All right, now for legs. A lot of people like to put these on one at a time, but I find tying your front and back legs on at the same time seems to work really well. And it's just one less thing to worry about, as Forrest Gump would say. So if you have legs about that long, cut them in half. Those would be your front and back legs. And then the first set, I like to put it on the far side of the shank, pointed away from you. And then very lightly, just tie it on to the hook. Just very light wraps to start, because you want to position and maneuver these afterwards. And then do the same thing with that other half of the rubber leg, which I don't know where I put it, of course.
It blended in with the table.
I think so. It's camouflage for a reason. Okay, and then with that other set of legs, other side of the hook pointing towards you, cinch them down the same way you did that first set. You don't want to tie it super close behind this bead here, but you want to get, leave a little bit of a gap. Then then once you're satisfied with how that looks, bring your thread back and just give it some good tight wraps to keep those cinched down. And then bring your thread dead center on the hook. And then we're gonna start wrapping our chenille. So as you wrap it, kind of bear in mind that those rubber legs are gonna move around as you're tying this forward. So just kind of try to get them positioned and make sure there's no gaps and that they're still pointed the right way. It'll take a little finagling sometimes, but usually you can get it done. And I just broke my rubber leg off. That's cool.
It happens.
It does. Doesn't happen to me. Never.
First time?
First time. There you go, but you can still position it and bring that chenille to the middle, right where your thread is. Give it a little tie down. Okay, and then the middle legs. Everyone still have, John, do you need more?
Need a little more, sir.
There you are.
Wrong arm. Thank you, sir.
Ron, did you need more?
No, I got.
All right. So get about, I don't know, inch and a half or so. And then tie it down to that middle portion. You want these legs kind of sticking more perpendicular to the hook shank, so straight out either way. And then you're gonna kind of figure eight with your thread to tie it down and to maneuver it so it looks like that. Light wraps to start. Behind the legs, in front of the legs, yada, yada, yada. And then when it looks the way you want it, bring that thread forward, pull those front legs back, and get that thread right behind the bead. And then we're just gonna finish with our chenille after this. Wrap it forward. Again, being careful of the legs to not flail them around in the wrong direction. This is when a rotary vise comes in handy because you can spin and wrap and really get a good eye on it, but regular vise works good too. Oh, come on, baby. And one more wrap right behind that bead. Then tie it down, cut off your excess chenille. If you were tying these commercially, you could use, glue or a head cement for any of these, but just for demonstration purposes, we're doing it very basic.
I pulled off my leg.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy? I'll tell you what blasphemy is, buddy.
5 legs are better than no legs.
5 legs are better than none.
Yeah. Unless you get the PhD fish, they count. The other ones don't count legs.
And then we'll finish it off. Then once you have that tied, you can cut your legs down to the size you like. I'm going to leave mine a little longer this time.
Yeah, I think leaving them long is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finish it.
very artistic. And so, something like that is the final result.
Back just a little bit.
Back a little
There
bit.
it
Something
is.
like that.
You're looking old.
That is just a killer stonefly nymph all over these waters. Rock Creek, Bitterroot, Blackfoot, TJ Hookers. Great fly.
Beard looks great.